everybody, how you doing today? I got a few things I want to go over, and there's reasons behind everything I'm doing right now, and I think it's going to work out just fine. Let's hope. Let's hope. Now, if anybody's been watching my channel, you realize that just a while back I had a surgery on my belly where they had removed like 4 inches of my intestine, some kind of blockage. It was bad. I almost died, literally. My intestine split and sent body fluids all through me. My boss says it's the first time in life that I've really been full of shit, for real. It kind of was. Thought that was funny, even though what I've been through, it was still kind of funny, you know what I mean? So, I've been limited on things I can do, you know? So, it took me like a month and a half or so before I could even get back to work. So I went back to work for 2 days a week. The last 3 weeks, the last 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday, I haven't been able to work. Apparently with my I guess my claim for me being off work, my leave of absence was approved and everything, but the new company that takes care of it for my company, at Tractor Supply, really screwed it up. So I went 3 weeks without getting paid, and now the boss called me yesterday, or called me Tuesday, and told me don't even bother coming Wednesday and Thursday because until they get this stuff taken care of, can't pay you. She said, I don't even know how we're going to wind up paying you for the last 3 weeks you've been here. And I'm like, yeah, well, it's 2 days a week, but still, you know what I mean? So I was home yesterday. Today's Thursday. I'm home again. There's a lot of going on around here. Now, knowing that I had to go back in April or sometime to get this operation reversed, get this ostomy bag taken off of me, maybe start letting this scar that goes from down my abdomen all the way to my belly button, it's all like this, you know, it ain't even pretty. It's gonna have to get recut open. I'm gonna have to redo everything. But I won't have the bag, and I'll go back to normal eventually. So I've been home. I bought this little incubator. I think it was $63. I bought it off Amazon with free shipping. Made in the USA, a little giant. It's got the digital controls. So this is what I did. This is my little incubator, and as you can see, there's eggs in there. There's that one, and there's my big cabinet incubator as well. Now this is the one that I got from my brother, and it's been doing really well. Look at that, 100 degrees on that, and 53 degrees or 53% humidity, which is great. Now, if you've been paying attention, and you know, I'm getting ready to go back in the hospital again somewhere in April. I'm hoping as early as I can. I've got chickens out in the yard hatching. I'm sorry. I've got chicks in the yard laying eggs, and I've been taking them. I've been gathering them every day, bringing them in here, set them to the side, set them to the side. I put them in these boxes, and every day I'll take this and I'll flip it over and let it set for 24 hours. Take it, flip it, let it set for 24 hours. That's what I do with my game eggs. That's what I do with all my eggs. Right now, that's all I have. The other day I went up and got 2 more dozen of the big brown eggs and big white eggs and green eggs, and just a big selection of big eggs, really good eggs. I've been eating the crap out of some eggs since this all happened. Protein's really good for me. Bland food is better. The softer the better, because when you're going out the side of your belly, you don't want chunks of steak. You don't want things, going through there, especially corn. Everybody said, have you tried corn yet? I'm like, I'm not trying to corn. It'd be more like a BB gun going off, pew, 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 out the side of my, And I don't really always feel when it's moving, taking this movement. But there's a lot of times I'll feel like a little gas, shoo, 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 and you can just feel pew, 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 pew. Really funny. So what's going on now is today is lockdown for 10 of my game eggs and 24 of my barnyard mixed egg layers eggs. Now, so what I'm going to do today, I guess I'll show you. I'll just keep it in this video. I'm going to do that. I'm going to show you how I do it. And as for this little giant incubator going right here, this is going to hatch around the 26th. It should hatch around the 26th. Now, in the meantime, I have eggs in the big cabinet incubator. They're going to be hatching probably by Sunday. I got 24 eggs in there that I put in there just the other day. Now, they're on the rotator. They're on the rotator dial. It's like all day long. It'll just keep twisting and turning and moves the eggs instead of you having to go in there and manually turn them. It takes care of it itself. which makes it a lot easier. But what I'm getting ready to do is what they call lockdown. It's when you take the eggs, they're going to hatch in 3 days, and you take them and you stick them in the bottom of the incubator on a good metal tray, and you leave them alone. Now, they're not turning or nothing anymore. Meanwhile, the other eggs are turning. They're doing just what they're supposed to do, but the eggs in the bottom are on lockdown. And like I said, by Monday, I should be done with all that, and I can take that whole tray and pull it out with all the baby chicks on it, and continue. Now, I'm going to keep collecting this group of eggs that I've got. Let's see what I've got. I got 7 in here right now. They're from my blues, they're from my Liper hatch, and they're from that Claiborne hen I have and that stag that I got with her. He's pretty much a hag squirrel tail, a really good looking bird. And almost every egg I have is the same thing. They're all about the same thing. Those are the 3 breeds that I have. My Acelets haven't started laying yet. I haven't got no eggs for my Kelsos yet. So we're at this point. The best part about this is when they hatch in this incubator, I will know who everybody is without having to do anything special, because I got the blue leg hatch, green leg hatch, whatever it's going to turn out to be. I've got the white-legged blues and the Claiborne's yellow-legged. I'll be able to know exactly who's who when they come out, because I know my hatches are going to have green legs or blue legs. I know my blues are going to have white legs, and I know anything other than that. It could be green because the stag has got green legs, but the hen's got yellow legs. But I'll be able to tell the difference. And that's the same with all my eggs. So back in the day, I used to take sheet cloth, the rabbit wire, like the 1/2-inch rabbit wire, and I'd make a box, basically make a little square, and I would separate it 2 or 3, to either in half or in the 4 ways, so I could put eggs in each one that were different babies, so that when they hatched in the incubator, they didn't get all mixed up. So when I reached in there, I knew who was. I'd toe punch them and put them in the brooder with everybody else. The way I've got everything set up right now is these are going to hatch on the 26th. I got some supposed to be hatching on the 8th. I think today's the 5th, 6th. Around the 8th or the 9th. And the other ones are going to hatch at the end of the month. Okay? That's what I'm trying to do, because I'm getting ready to go back in the hospital. Now, if I went in there at the end of March, is when my doctor's appointment is, and they're going to tell me when the surgery is. If I go in there and they tell me, whenever it's going to be, at least I won't have no eggs in these incubators when I go to the hospital for a week. The wife's going to have to watch this stuff. I don't want to have to mess around here. I'm going to try to have everything out of my incubators and hatched by the end of this month, if everything goes right. And that way, all the other eggs that are starting, once I finish taking the eggs out, probably today and tomorrow, everything else is going to be left in the nest buckets with the hens, and they're going to be on their own. Because I know that I don't have to worry about them. I don't have to worry about the weather too much. It's starting to warm up. I doubt it's going to get below freezing enough around here between now and whenever to really break these eggs. They're all in nest boxes surrounded by straw, I'm sorry. That's what we're going to do. We're going to try to get as many hatched out of here and in the brooder and in the bigger brooder before I go in the hospital, because it's just going to make things easier on my wife. We got German Shepherd puppies right now. We got long hair show line, and we've got a litter of solid blacks, working line dogs, beautiful dogs, great bloodlines. Get with us, and we have another litter coming within a week, I think, of the same solid blacks. They're the sisters and the male stud we have, which are all awesome dogs. Get with me if you need a dog. And so I'm trying to get all this stuff square before I go back into the hospital, because I'm going to be in the hospital for a week, and God knows about recovery. At least 2 weeks, 3 weeks before they take the staples back out. I'm going to try to be moving around, but it's still got to be careful. I could really hurt myself. But let me show you what's going on and what we're getting ready to do. Okay, like I said, this is the temperature and everything going on right now, and humidity. And it says, oh, it's 80 degrees in here, which is nice, because I've been freezing my butt off ever since this happened. If I go out there, the wife, that menopause stuff, they got the air conditioner on, I'm freezing. I'm staying here. So this is my water. This is where I put all the water. Try to get the stuff as wet as I can get. The more moisture, the better in here, because it's such a big thing. You try to keep your humidity up. These eggs right here, those are the ones I just put in there yesterday. These down here, let's hit this. Let's get it straight so I can get them out of there without having any problems. Okay, so now the point is I'm going to pull these out. I'm going to take these out and I'm going to put them in that tray down there. So here we go. Okay, so this is what I got going on. I took all of them out of here, put them all in here, laid them out. And as you see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 game eggs, and there's 2 dozen of the bigger brown eggs. Now, all my game eggs seem to candle pretty well. As for these other ones, it's really hard to tell. I can tell on some of the lighter big ones, but I do know they're fertile. I don't know if all of them are fertile, but I do know most of them are fertile. Look at the fact that I have 8 out of 12 eggs that I ran in my little giant recently, and two of the eggs had died inside, and 2 of them were just clear. There's just nothing in them. So 10 out of 12 were actually fertile. 8 out of 12 actually hatched, and they're very healthy, and they're growing up, and they're outside in my brooder in my garage. So this is what's going on now. These guys should be hatching by Sunday, and I'm going to keep collecting my game eggs. And I'm keeping the records of everything I got. I know who's bred to who. I know when they were put in here. I know everything about my chickens out there right now. And I figure you should do the same. You can always look back in your book and say, oh, that's how that happened. Or, oh, yeah, this and that. Oh, you need to know something. You know, right now I'm trying to get as many pure birds as I can. I only have one group out there that's not pure. And that's my Claiborne hen and that little stag. He's a 3-way stag. Little squirrel tail. Really good little stag. I'll really like him. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put these back into the incubator. And then I'm going to fill up my water thing one more time. And I'm probably going to put something else in here because it's got to sit in here for another 4 days. And the water does seem to go pretty fast in that incubator. And then we're going to get back to normal. We're going to go outside, and there's some other things I'm going to be doing I'm going to show you so I can move along with this hospital deal I got to work with and working with these gamefowl and not losing my butt in the process. Okay, so they're all down there now. They're on lockdown. These are right here. They're all good. I got this thing filled up with water, and I actually put this in here too just to keep it full while we go through the lockdown process. I don't want to have to come back in here until I have to come back in here. Switch this thing back on. Now that's automatic. So everything's good. Everything's good. Temperature's going to go back up. And that's what we got going on here. Like I said, these will hatch on the 26th. These will hatch in 3 days. Those will hatch in 3 weeks. Those, I'm going to collect some more, and we're going to see what we can get going on. Anyway, let's get to it.
Ah.